Greetings, creators of light and visual storytellers. Today, we're diving into most feverishly anticipated, yet still mythical, piece of gear in the APS-C mirrorless universe. This isn't just about a camera. It's about a legend whispered into existence, a device that, while not officially announced, is already setting the bar for what the enthusiast class should be. We are, of course, talking about the dream of the asterisk Fujifilm X-T30. Before we get deep into the specs that will change the game, tell me what single feature you absolutely must see in this new camera down in the comments below. For years, the X-D series has held a sacred spot in the hearts of photographers and hybrid shooters. It's the sweet spot that elegantly proves you don't need the heft of a bulky full-frame sensor or a five-figure bank account to capture images that genuinely stop time. The X-T30 was and remains a spectacular piece of compact, rangefinder-style machinery, a testament to brilliant design. But the pace of technological advancement is relentless, and the time for a true generational leap is now upon us. Imagine, just for a moment, holding the perfect compact camera in your hands. It's not simply a device that produces stunning files. It's an intuitive extension of your own eye. A camera with frustration of missing a perfect street shot due to a sluggish processor or finding your video output capped by an outdated feature is simply eliminated. That is the non-negotiable standard we are setting for Fujifilm. And over the next few minutes, we're going to dissect exactly what the X-T30 must incorporate to not just compete, but to utterly dominate the enthusiast to prosumer market. If you're a proud owner of an X-T30 or X-T20, or if you're seriously considering making a momentous switch into the world of Fujifilm, this is the blueprint for your next camera, and you cannot afford to miss this discussion. Let's start where every great image begins, the heart of the machine. The X-T30 inherited the incredibly capable, but now last generation, 26.1 megapixel X-Trans 4 sensor. While it's still fantastic, the new modern Fujifilm benchmark has been unequivocally established. The X-T30 is an absolute non-starter without the stunning 40.2 megapixel X-Trans 5 HR sensor. This isn't a vanity upgrade just for a higher number. It's about resolution, about giving creators unparalleled flexibility, and truly unlocking the breathtaking potential of modern Fuji lenses. This massive jump in detail doesn't just make your photos sharper. It provides you with the power to crop aggressively and fearlessly, effectively transforming a 50mm lens into a virtual 75mm or even 100mm field of view, all while maintaining the incredible clarity needed for large, gallery-quality prints. This is the difference between a great photo and a photograph worthy of a magazine cover. However, the world's best sensor is essentially useless without a brilliant lightning-fast brain to manage it. We must have the asterisk X Processor 5. If you spend any time with the X-H2, the X-T5, or the X-S20, you know the seismic difference this processor makes. It is the engine that utterly eliminates buffer lag, and it's the intelligence that enables lightning-fast computational tricks. Think about the pure processing speed. 40 megapixels handled instantly. Think about the critical energy efficiency. The X Processor 5 is remarkably frugal with battery life, an absolutely essential trait for a compact camera body. And most importantly, think about the revolutionary autofocus. Fujifilm's AF has come light years, and while the X-T30 was good, the X Processor 5 unlocks its deep learning AI autofocus. We are talking about subject detection for all the key subjects: animals, cars, bikes, airplanes, and the most accurate human eye and face detection they have ever engineered. This is a feature that changes anxiety of, I hope I nail that shot, into the calm certainty of, I know I nail that asterisk every single time. This combination, the 40MP sensor paired with the X Processor 5, is a foundational leap. Without it, the X-T30 is merely a simple refresh. With it, it is a compact, mid-range beast poised to crush the competition. For any modern camera to be truly successful and relevant, it must be equally as capable in capturing video as it is in stills. This is where the X-T30 clearly showed its age, capped at 4K 30 frames per second. The X-T30 must arrive as a complete video studio that fits comfortably into a backpack. Our expectation is nothing less than cinematic 6.2K open gate video, or at minimum, 4K at 60 frames per second oversampled flawlessly from a new 40 megapixel sensor. This represents a massive, necessary jump in quality, providing you with true cinematic slow motion and superior punch-and-ready resolution for all of your final edits. The mid-range market demands this high-level video capability, and we know that Fujifilm is fully equipped to deliver it. But here's the single biggest question mark, the one feature that will absolutely define the success of the X-T30, in-body image stabilization, or IBIS. Historically, the X-T30 series has sacrificed this technology to maintain its signature small size. However, the revolutionary X-S20 proved definitively that Fujifilm can integrate a highly effective 5-axis IBIS system into a relatively small body. If the X-T30 manages to incorporate this technology while perfectly maintaining its classic, cherished XD footprint, it instantly becomes a timeless classic. IBIS transforms a camera's usability. It allows you to capture tack-sharp stills at impossibly low shutter speeds and delivers smooth, professional-grade handheld video without the encumbrance of a bulky external gimbal. It is no longer a luxury for serious creators. It is an undeniable necessity for any modern vlogger or run-and-gun filmmaker. And let's not overlook the absolute essence of the Fujifilm experience, the film simulations. The X-T5 and X-S20 introduced the stunning Reala A simulation. The X-T30 must include this. Reala Ace is a truly stunning high-fidelity color profile that looks like high-end negative film, imbuing your work with instant class and sophistication. Imagine capturing that phenomenal 40-megapixel detail married perfectly with the gorgeous, ready-to-use color science of Reala Ace. That is the Fuji magic, perfected for the next generation. The creator's toolkit also urgently demands a modern screen solution. The X-T32 simple tilting screen was excellent for discrete, low-angle street photography, but was practically unusable for vlogging or self-recording. The X-T30 needs a fully articulated, side-hinge vari-angle screen from its larger siblings. If they can successfully combine the classic, tactile dial aesthetic with the modern flexibility of a screen that flips out for front-facing use, they will have engineered a near-perfect hybrid camera. Beyond the chips and the sensors, the sheer joy of using a Fujifilm camera is what creates lifelong loyalty. The design is timeless, and the dials are incredibly tactile. But what essential physical changes must we see? We need significantly better weather sealing. Not just basic splash resistance, but true, robust weather resistance that instills absolute confidence when shooting in a sudden downpour or a dusty desert environment. Furthermore, the electronic viewfinder, or EVF, needs a serious refresh. While the X-T32's EVF was good for its time, we are now looking for the high-resolution, high-refresh rate EVF found in the X-T5, making the transition from the real world to the digital viewfinder seamless, crisp, and lag-free. But perhaps the most critical external update is the power source. The small MP W126S battery is simply not adequate for a 40MP, 60 frames per second video-capable beast of a camera. The X-T30 must utilize the larger MP W235 battery from the X-T5 and X-S20. This vastly improved capacity translates to more than double the number of shots in video minutes, finally allowing creators to shoot a full day without the constant anxiety of a dead battery or carrying a pocket full of spares. This is a crucial quality of life upgrade that instantly makes the camera feel more professional and reliable. And finally, the feature that will ultimately make or break this camera's dominance: the price. The X-T30 series is the crucial enthusiast and prosumer gateway. We confidently expect the body-only price to land squarely in the highly competitive $1,000 to $1,200 range. At that price point, armed with a 40MP sensor, X processor 5, 4K/60p video, AI autofocus, and the addition of Reala Ace, it is absolutely unbeatable. If they somehow manage to sneak IBIS into that price range, they will sell every single unit they can possibly manufacture. The Fujifilm X-T30 is not just a standard iteration. It represents a potential culmination of everything the XD line has been elegantly building toward. It is the perfect blend of retro, tactile style, and cutting-edge digital technology, all expertly packed into a size you will genuinely want to carry with you every single day. It is the compact camera built for a professional who simply refuses to compromise. This is the dream, the 40-megapixel X-T30 with AI-powered focus and cinematic video capabilities. The market is ready and the technology is readily available. Now, the ball is entirely in Fujifilm's court. Are they listening to the creators who so deeply love their system? Are they ready to deliver the camera that will unequivocally define the next generation of mirrorless photography? We believe they are. The X-T30 is not just a rumor. It is an inevitability powerfully driven by creator demand. Keep your eyes peeled and your wallets ready, because when this camera finally drops, the game is going to change. The X-Trans 5 HR sensor, with its massive 40.2 megapixel resolution, is an absolutely magnificent piece of engineering, but it is also brutally demanding. It is the ultimate tool that cleanly separates the good lenses from the truly great ones. When you pack that many pixels onto an APS-C sensor, the optical performance of the glass, particularly in the corners of the frame, becomes critically, immediately important. This is precisely where Fujifilm's long-term commitment to its X-mount truly shines. They didn't just release the X-T5 and X-H2. They simultaneously upgraded key parts of their lens lineup, specifically designating a new class of lenses as HR-ready, high-resolution ready. For the X-T30 to truly exploit its 40MP potential, users need crystal-clear guidance on which lenses will cleanly resolve that phenomenal detail. We must assume the X-T30 will be heavily marketed alongside the newest compact primes, the 23mm f/1.4 LMWR and the 33mm f/1.4 LMWR. These lenses are optically stellar and perfectly balanced on a compact body. They are the new gold standard for resolution. But what about the user coming from an older kit? This is a crucial area for Fujifilm to address. They need to clearly communicate which older favorites, like the highly popular 35mm f/$2 or the 50mm f/$2, can still deliver stunning, high-resolution results on the new 40MP sensor. The conversation around the X-T30 must be a conversation about accessible, high-resolution glass. It's simply not enough to build a Ferrari engine. You need tires that can reliably handle the speed. Now, let's quickly pivot to the next-generation user experience. The Fujifilm X-T series is universally beloved for its traditional, tactile, dial-based controls. It is pure photography in its most essential form. But modern efficiency demands more than just aesthetic pleasure. The X-T30 must inherit the lightning-fast UI speed improvements from the X-H2S and the X-S20. We're talking about instantaneous boot-up time. No more waiting a beat or two for the camera to fully wake up. We also need a significantly more customizable *Q menu. The quick menu is the nerve center of rapid settings adjustments, and it should allow for more granular, faster control over focus modes, metering patterns, and film simulation bracketing, all accessible with fewer presses. This sounds minor, but in the white-hot heat of a street photography moment, speed equals success. And critically, the X-T30 must fully embrace modern USB-C power delivery, not just charging while the camera is off, but true continuous power while shooting stills or video, even demanding 4K/60p footage. This is absolutely essential for long studio sessions, streaming, or extended interviews, eliminating the constant anxiety of a dying battery. This leads us to a fascinating, powerful possibility: computational photography. We often associate computational tricks with smartphones, but the powerful X Processor 5 inside the X-T30 opens up professional-grade computational features. We expect built-in advanced algorithms. Think about focus bracketing, where the camera instantly combines a stack of images into one perfectly sharp file, all processed seamlessly in camera. Think about advanced dynamic range bracketing that produces a single high-fidelity HDR image that perfectly maintains a natural, filmic look that Fujifilm users cherish. This powerful processor is also the key to unlocking superior low-light performance. Even at 40 megapixels, the X Processor 5, through advanced noise reduction techniques, should deliver images at high ISOs, say ISO 6400 or even 12800, with dramatically more detail and a cleaner noise structure than the previous generation. This is computational power working silently for you, improving your images before they ever hit the memory card. And speaking of memory, a crucial note on storage. While the X-T30 is a compact camera, it will be generating enormous 40MP RAW files and high bitrate video. Fujifilm needs to ensure the single SD card slot fully supports the high-speed UHS-2 standard. Anything less would create a frustrating bottleneck, leading to buffer slowdowns that entirely negate the power of the X Processor 5. Finally, let's quickly look at the battlefield, the competition. The X-T30 is not being launched into a vacuum. Its main rivals, both real and rumored, are formidable. First, the inevitable comparison to Sony. The current Sony a6700 is a fantastic competitor, offering IBIS and an absolutely class-leading autofocus system. The X-T30 needs a 40MP sensor and the deep learning AI AF to fully neutralize Sony's resolution advantage and challenge its AF dominance. The X-T30's core advantage must remain its superior control layout, the iconic film simulations, and its undeniable aesthetic appeal. Second, the internal competition. The Fujifilm X-S20. The X-S20 is the ergonomics-first, content creator-focused camera with IBIS. The X-T30, with its traditional dials and compact size, needs to be the definitive choice of a photographer who also shoots video. It must strongly appeal to the enthusiast who prefers the tactile feel of analog control over the deeper grip and PSM dial the X-S20. The X-T30 must be the more pocketable, more aesthetically rewarding camera. If the X-T30 manages to incorporate IBIS, it completely disrupts the landscape, making the decision between the X-T30 and the X-S20 purely about ergonomics and handling, rather than a critical feature difference. That is the ideal scenario for Fujifilm, and for us, the users. The Fujifilm X-T30 is more than just a camera. It is a statement. It's the ultimate expression of Fujifilm's philosophy that the photographic process should be as enjoyable and tactile as the final, finished image. The dream is clear. 40 megapixels, lightning-fast AI, cinematic video, and compact portability, all powered by a professional battery. This camera has the potential to be the single most exciting mid-range release of the decade. The only remaining question is when. And until then, we wait, we speculate, and we demand perfection. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.